What's up, gamers? T Reaper here, back again with another video. Once again, I'm trying out this wonderful form of recording that is quite useful for my PC screen. I'm only doing this because I did catch the debate between Salty and wonderful Jabari. It's nice to know within 9 months Jabari has not lost any of his flavor. But the win does go to Mr. Salty. Shout out to you, sir. You did win. Congratulations. Jabari was actually trying to get something out of Salty at the end of that debate, and he asked him a really honest question. Would you rather have new games or would you rather have backwards compatibility? And Salty, he said you can save that for another time. Well, I thought that was an interesting question. And then, I was seriously just watching Breaking Bad, and I was looking on my Twitter, and then I was on my Discord, and my boy Halo, shout out to him, he shoots this on Twitter from my pal Rambo. Yo, Rambo, this is actually a really interesting poll. Do you count Xbox 360 games playable on Xbox One as part of the game's library? And he did a poll, and 69% voted no, and he got 260 votes, and 31% voted yes. Now, I voted it in the no category, and I'm going to tell you why. And we're going to explain this to why. And some of you who have already been on my channel for quite a while already know my stance on backwards compatibility, so it might not be that long-winded. But for everybody who's new around here, you guys don't know my opinion, so this is going to be kind of thing. This is called Wikipedia. So the Xbox 360, what a giant it was. What an awesome system it was. Guess what, guys? That system was invoked in 2005 and lasted well beyond its life cycle of 11 goddamn years. This shit should be dead. This should be in the ground, never see the light of day of Jesus, and never come back to life. That is why I actually agree. Now, we have a new system. It's called the Xbox One. We also have a second system. It's called the Xbox One S. Same concept, a little bit more powerful. And we're about to get the behemoth that is the Xbox One X. Now, the concept is that Microsoft wants to keep throwing backwards compatibility to build up the library, but you're not really building a new library, you're just shoving old games in our faces that we already played back in the era that I just named, back when this stuff was cool. This stuff is not cool anymore. We no longer, it's no longer cool to play, games that are, antiques, in my humble, honest opinion. And if you disagree, that's fine. I know Salty said he would rather have both. I respect your opinion, Salty. I do. But to me, I think that Microsoft should, focus on giving us new games every year. The other thing in that debate, which was kind of the amusing part, was Jabari kept talking about exclusives for Sony. Salty made a good point where it's all about preference. It's all about your wonderful preference. So, for example, Jabari kept using Horizon Zero Dawn. Here, Horizon Zero Dawn is garbage. Please don't use that reference. That shit is a ripoff of Terminator and Tomb Raider in so many different ways that it needs a new DLC this coming holiday. That is just a horrible example. Just because you have quantity doesn't mean it equals quality. Now, my experience with getting games on Xbox is they have the quality, but not necessarily the quantity. So, I would rather have quality than a bunch of games that are all garbage. But then again, that's just my humble, honest opinion. But yeah, do I count Xbox 360 games as part of my library? Not really. No, I don't. And I agree with that poll because those games had their day. They had their inception. And you know what? It's time to move on. It's time to move towards the future. It's time to move towards the Xbox One era and the Xbox One X era. And we demand new games, and new games don't always, mean indies. That doesn't always mean Microsoft. That doesn't always mean you give us cheap titles that look like a piece of shit. No, like nice AAA mainstream titles that are good to play and don't look like a piece of crap. Seriously. So that is, but if you like playing old games, for the nostalgia, I know PlayStation loves it, but that's cool. But in my mind, it doesn't necessarily need to be there anymore because we went through that era, and now that era is long past. It should live in the past. It should have it should live in the wonderful Hall of Fame. It should have a plaque, on Hollywood. Should say Xbox 360 on the ground. It should have its honor, but I don't think we should prolong its life cycle, because then that that prohibits other people from experiencing new experiences of games that they could be playing when all they want to do is just play Black Ops 2 backwards compatibility all day. But again, that's just my opinion. But it was, it was an awesome debate. I loved the debate. The debate was awesome. Both sides had good points. I loved Next Gen's, fluctuation of topics there. I like that they touched on VR. I like that they touched on crossplay. It was an interesting debate, and I liked it. Shout out to Salty. And I know Jabari does, hates my ass, but shout out to him. He did a decent job, but I think Salty actually won. I would like to see a round 2 of that though, because I would like to see a different round of topics this time and see how it would a round 2 of it, see how keep those personalities together to see how it would work. But again, the 360 had its day. It had its generation. But now, personally, I think we should just move forward and move on and look towards the future. And that's basically all I'm honestly saying. But if you want to fill your Xbox One library with 360 backwards compatibilities, go for it. No one's honestly stopping you. But I personally, like I said, this poll right here kind of proves what other people think. But shout out to Mr. Rambo. That was an interesting poll. I'm assuming he did that poll after the debate was finished, because that question wasn't answered. But it was an honest, really nice debate, and I enjoyed it. So shout out to the both combatants. Shout out to everybody who watches this video. If you disagree with my opinion, you're welcome to shout out in the comment section below. And shout out to everybody who checks out this channel every week. My vacation is actually starting. It actually starts Sunday. I am very excited because I actually get 2 weeks off of work, and I am very excited, and I cannot wait. So 2 more days, and then I am on vacation. Might visit the beach. Might do a whole bunch of stuff. So depending on what topics come my way, I might do a video, I might not, and I might go back to doing some gameplay. I have an awesome game clip of Halo, Mr. Halo Storm, and his crew getting screwed by a Promethean shotgun wave, which was awesome as hell to record, but I'll save that for something more prominent. But it was quite fun, and I'll use that in a different topic. But again, shouts out to Rambo, shouts out to Saltiest Gamer, shouts out to Jabari, shout out to Next Gen 720 and the debate, and shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed my my intake on this point of view, let me know, and have a great day. Later.